All right. Well, our gospel today is actually remarkably similar to the one we had last week. Last week was, "Judge not, lest ye be judged." And our message today is, take care of the beam in your own eye before worrying about the splinter in another's eye. Same basic idea. Don't be so quick to criticize others, and don't be so quick to jump to conclusions. So last week, I said that everyone judges people, things, and actions at some point. You can't cut that out of your life completely. That being said, in all likelihood, most of us judge more frequently than can be considered healthy or necessary. And frankly, that's because looking down on others and seeing the worst in something is easy. Evaluating the genuine worth of something as objectively as possible, seeing the best in something, that takes work, that takes effort. But to attack something at face value, that's practically no effort at all. But it does come with a cost. The cost is we are not our best selves. We bring out the worst in ourselves when we allow judgmentalism to be dominant in our thoughts and actions. And as a long-term consequence of that, it's harder to look and see God when you're constantly looking down on others. Out of curiosity, does anybody here know what Cinema Sins is? Well, it's a YouTube channel, and they produce these videos called Everything Wrong with Blank, and the blank is a movie title. And what they do is they show clips of this movie from start to finish, and they just pick out as many nitpicks, criticisms, errors, and cliches as possible within 20 or 25 minutes. And Cinema Sins produces 2 of these videos every week, and most videos receive over 1 million views. So this is wildly popular and successful, if only judging by the numbers. Well, a couple of months ago, I gave it a shot, watched my first video. I was bored and curious. I watched everything that is wrong with The Terminator. And before I knew it, I had watched the Everything Wrong With videos for all 6 movies in the franchise. That is well over 2 hours of YouTube. I couldn't help myself. I was hooked. I could not stop watching. Now, for those of you who have not seen these videos, let me be crystal clear. These videos do not help you better understand the film in question. These criticisms are very often shallow, plainly incorrect, or taken out of context. They're not helpful or educational. If you watch the Everything Wrong With video for your favorite movie, you would be arguing back almost immediately. And furthermore, these videos are not funny. Okay, these guys, they're not telling jokes at the movie's expense like Mystery Science Theater 3000. They're just complaining about the movie. And so it begs the question, why are these so popular? If they're not helpful, educational, or funny, how are they so interesting? Why do they get 1 million views, including the occasional Catholic priest who should know better? Well, the answer is these videos are 25 minutes of pure, unrefined judgment and condescension. And that makes them addictive. Now that I know that these are bad and addictive, I don't watch these videos anymore. They're in the same category as cigarettes and diet soda. No thank you, I am better off without you. And that's an interesting aspect of some addictive things in life. Some addictive things in life are not pleasurable, but we like them anyway. Eating a donut is pleasurable. Curling up on the couch with your favorite blanket is pleasurable. Punching your annoying little brother is not technically pleasurable. It does not literally feel good. If your aim is a little off, you'll end up doing more damage to yourself than your brother. But you love it anyway, don't you? Knowing how much trouble you're going to get into later, it is so satisfying when your fist connects to his shoulder. That is an addictive feeling. And it's not all that different from a judgmental or condescending comment. You say it or do it to feel better about yourself. For a minute. But the problem is you're not being your best self. You're being a brute. And the only people that like being around brutes are other brutes. The good people in your life, they will slowly start to back away from you little by little. That is the life that you will live if picking out the splinter in another's eye is your top priority. If the greatest satisfaction you experience in a given day is mocking or criticizing someone else, then you probably have not used your day the way that God intended. So please heed Christ's words today. Don't worry so much about the flaws of others. They will always be there. Worry about the beam in your own eye. Work to be the best possible version of yourself. You're not going to make progress every day because it's hard work. But when you do succeed and you pull out that beam even just a little bit further, you will feel pleasure and satisfaction. But it won't be the pleasure and satisfaction of a cigarette or a cruel joke at the expense of another. It will be spiritually satisfying from the very core of your being because you will see yourself growing in virtue as a person. And that is the time when others will start to draw closer to you, little by little, because people sense goodness and holiness in others. It doesn't happen instantly, don't get me wrong, but this is how communities of faith grow and strengthen. We draw closer to one another, not because of our flaws, not because we think we're flawless. We're not. We draw together because we sense that we are with others who are striving to be the best possible versions of ourselves in this life and in the life to come. And that is a process of progress that does not ever have to end, tending to the beam in our own eye before the splinters in the eyes of others.